Okay, I guess we'll go up the stairs.
Lay's gonna be pleased as pie when we show her these. Shh.
Okay. Done 2 for the price of 1. We've killed a bounty and we have got the radiator parts.
This is Halcyon News.
You've returned, and in one piece. Color me impressed. Good work. I'll take those. I need you to head through the large door at the far end of engineering. Take the elevator down into the machinery shaft. There's a terminal in the back. Activate it when I call over the ship's PA. And bring weapons. There's a slight mantipillar infestation. More than a few. Less than a hive. Nothing you can't handle. We were salvaging parts from a ship. Turned out there were eggs inside. They got into the radiators, and here we are. If every repair was a one-woman job, I wouldn't need an engineering team. As it is, my staff is busy keeping the station from melting down. You can flip a switch for me, but you can't install these parts. Not quickly, at least. Not on the first try. Able, though, you've proven to be.
Don't worry, Miss Junlei. We'll be super gentle with the ship. You don't got a thing to worry about. I mean, aside from fires and such.
I'm genuinely heartened to hear that. Thank you.
All right.
How goes the hunt? I've been ruminating on it, and I decided, if you ain't killed McRed yet, I want you to hurt him a little before you do. Nothing excessive, mind you, but the scoundrel deserves a light beating at least before he kicks off. I believe I'm growing fond of you, bounty hunter. If you got the Mardets' backs, the Mardets have got yours. Here's the bounty payout. Nice work down there. With any luck, we can hire more sharp-eyed bounty hunters like you in the future. With that bastard McRed dead, there ain't much else in the offing. Not that I'm complaining, mind you. Hey, bounty hunter. You're welcome here anytime, so long as you ain't loitering.
What can Groundbreaker Security do for you today? Yeah, I'm getting that, but this area's off limits. I told you. You did take care of McRed. About the only thing that'd make Commandant Sunita happier is if this heat problem were fixed too. Maybe she'd give you a thank you tour after that? Alright, I guess. In and out, though. Just try not to do any shady stuff. I'd like to keep my job.
Got my sights on you.
Hey, bounty hunter. You're welcome here anytime, so long as you ain't loitering.
What can Groundbreaker Security do for you today? Chief Junlei Tennyson. She runs the ship. Does a real great job of it, too. Her family's worked on it for, gosh, since it was built, I think. Back before the crossing. They're run by Miss Hagen. Half the tramp captains and contractors in the system have worked for her. I ought to warn you straight off. Scuttlebutt says some of the jobs they do aren't exactly above board. Downright anti-business, if you catch my meaning. Oh, sure, sorry. Gets a mite boring at this desk, you know. Then I get to chatting too much and Commandant Sunita's got to reprimand me again and... Oops, doing it again. Sorry.
Oh, don't worry. Captain's real understanding.
Awful generous of you, listening to me like this. That's what I'm here for, sir.
Confiscated goods. Detained a freelancer who was cagey about his business, confiscated his personal belongings while he waited for questioning. Modified pistol, jock, hatchet, metal hoop, prayer beads, locked container, owner refused inspection. He fled before we could get down to it, left his things behind so they're stored in the back of the security station, until the idiot shows his face again, which is likely to be never. Okay, Mardit docking security terminal. Sublight put a bid on one of our impounds, generous one too. Negotiate for the usual finder's fee and then give Lilia her salvage. Brawl at the Lost Hope, freelancers versus board. Freelancers 1 arrested a freighter captain with more bits than brains. Hawthorne's ship impounded by order of Udom Bedford, still no clue why Hawthorne associates with that bored snake. A guy from the back bays roughed up the Moon Kid. Raving mad warned me that the moon was going to bring about the end times. He was flying high on whatever McRed grows down there. Got sworn testimony that McRed was spotted at the rest and go. Not that anyone will corroborate it. Reminder to keep an eye on Gladys.
This is Halcyon News. We...
Let's go with this one first.
Rizzo's lemon slap. Slap your whole family. CNP Force Pockets. Can be macrowave. Force Pockets.
Are we gonna get in trouble today? Not that I want to, just seems to happen around you, is all.
Welcome to Sublight Salvage and Shipping, a legitimate business for legitimate consumers. You the one flying the unreliable? Miss Lily has been expecting you. I'll unlock the door. Sure am. A few years back, they got me started on simple acquisitions. You know those latches they put on cargo bays ain't worth a damn? These days, I stick to HQ and look after Miss Lilia.
So you're the new captain in town. I was hoping you'd make your way to my office. Saves me the work of hunting you down. Lilia Hagen, CEO and Executive Director of Aggressive Operations. I'm guessing you already know about Sublight, otherwise you wouldn't have come. Charmed. It's nice to see the Unreliable again. Useful ship. Hawthorne was my contractor. I'd recognize that leaky boat of his anywhere. I didn't ask. I have a salvage job for someone light on corporate ties with a reliable set of wings. But there's a catch.
Just like in the serials.
If you have a nav key to Stellar Bay, the job's yours. Interested? I like that initiative, but ease back on the throttle. Gladys at the Rest and Go might have what you need. If there's anything else, be quick about it. Time is bits. These days, the scrap business all but runs itself. Gives me the time to expand our interests into other sectors, where I can let my hair down. Our field is persuasive acquisitions. At least that's how my legal advisors tell me to phrase it. Not all of our salvage is abandoned when we find it. Sometimes it takes a polite conversation.
and a shot across the bow. You know, legal formalities. Your words, not mine. Hey, careful with the C word around here. I like to keep things above board, and that kind of talk only makes trouble. Sublight occupies a legal blind spot. No one knows what we're licensed to do, and that gives our little business some freedom. But let's not tempt fate. Ask. I have nothing to hide. Be seeing you. Make sure you aren't followed on your way out.
All right.
This is Halcyon News. We interrupt your regular...
The controls are in the back of the machinery shaft area. Keep clear of the radiators. You don't need to kill the mantivillas, but I'd be mighty grateful if you did. I've got this thing about giant insects.
Archived logs and transmissions. Arrival confirmation. 2HHB Earth HQ transmitted via probe archived at source. It is my honor to report that Groundbreaker has successfully arrived at the Lagrange point, having released our cargo of prefab housing settlers and supplies of their intended colony worlds. May they prosper and expand. Now that stages 1 and 2 of the mission have been carried out, my family will take ownership of the Groundsbreaker as specified in our contract, keeping the ship in active duty as an independent trading post, repair stop and cargo bay. I'd be remiss if I closed this transmission without sending my hopes and best wishes back to Earth. There's so much ahead of us, but we'll never forget what we left behind. Chief Goying. A stern reminder. Some very rich and unsavory elements among our colonial neighbours seem to have the wrong idea about why I flew us out here. It wasn't for a 9-figure blood money salary and a Space's Choice logo stamped on my arse. It wasn't to nickel and dime passing ships out of their last bit. Groundbreaker has no role in the success or failure of Hallison's, however you want to say it, corporate entities. Period. I negotiated that understanding and clearly outlined it in writing before I ever set foot on this ship. If anyone wants to dispute or compromise our independence, they will answer to a Tennyson. We're a family operation. Even when the last Tennyson falls, Groundbreaker will remember us and defend its freedom accordingly. Chief Goying. Alright.
security mechanicals booted up and killed a bunch of mantis. Bad news. The guys off says they're searching for them, so they're not too picky about who they kill next. Sneak fast if you can. Shoot back if you need to. I can always fix them later.
Investigating. Investigating.
That's the terminal. I have the parts in position on my side. Go ahead and cycle the droplet pumps. And if you don't know what that means, just look for a command that says cycle droplet pumps.
Lithium droplet radiator, array fluid circulation pump terminal. Reminder, non-expendable personnel must exit the maintenance shaft before activating the cycling protocol. Cycling successful. Logs cobbled together. The staff is getting restless, work around and half cooked. Solutions are all we've got to mend Groundbreaker's bones. In many cases we can't revive one system without cannibalizing another. Grandma lived with that reality and so will I. I can rally our spirits, but what happens when I'm not around? ? Groundbreaker's real test will be seen if our independence outlasts me. I'll take that bet. JT. Old plans, new problems. Found some of Chief Guiying's old schematics. Groundbreaker must have taken a beating during the crossing because she spent half of her career patching it up. Lot of corners cut when they put this place together. Among her papers I also found the layout of a hangar that doesn't match any of my docks. Something that might have gotten sealed off along the way, like blood cells isolating an infection. I hate to put sentiment down in print, but every time I open a panel or find some workaround in the guts of this old bird, It's like I can feel you reaching out to me from the past, Grandma. JT.
Done. The temperatures are dropping. Stop by once you found your way out of there. Groundbreaker owes you thanks.
Temps are lowering across the station. Anyone outside is getting a hell of a light show from the droplet arrays. Thanks for the help. Let me know if you ever need to borrow a bench or something.
This is Halcyon News. We interrupt your regularly scheduled advertisement for the following story. And now for...
My boards are returning to green. What a weight that is off my shoulders. I don't normally tolerate outsiders mucking about in my station's guts, but you're all right. The temperature should be dropping as we speak. I'll see to it the crew knows who kept us all from boiling alive. If you've got time, I believe Edna has a comms issue that could use your attention. I've also authorized Doc and Furu to sell you our premium meds.
Hey, you the one who fixed those radiators? Nice work. You really saved our buns. Whenever you're free, let's have a chat. You aiming to send a message? If so, we best do it now while we still got time. Me? No. But our relaying capabilities? That's on the final countdown. We're going offline in 3, 2, 1.5... No. Wait, I've lost track of my weeks. Maybe it was 36 or... sometime dire soon. Our primary relay station's soon to be occluded by a gas giant. Happens every 40 years or thereabouts. The event's forecasted to last for months, during which we'll lose signal to the station.
That'll put the whole system in a right dire situation.
We've got backup auxiliary relays, but the one currently in orbital range went offline some months ago. We can't spare people for routine maintenance. Yeah, I'm working on it. I finally got the chief to approve the budget for a diagnostic expedition. But allocating the personnel loss for sending a technical team to the relay station keeps getting denied by Junlei. The chief. I should say no, but why not? Maybe you can figure out why it's offline. I'll send you with an equipment manual. Hopefully we'll get lucky, or I'll get my approval in time.
Hope you don't mind if I borrow that manual when you're done with it, Captain. I could do with some leisure reading.
Oh, and I'll need you to retrieve a copy of the relay's backup data. I gotta forward any messages from Earth stored in the memory. Better late than never, eh? It's not like they're in high demand. Most tend to be adverts on new products, meaning only folks in Byzantium can afford them. I'm sure the station's got a stack of junk messages just waiting for me to sort through.
Okay. Happy days. I like how much stuff we've got to do on the game. Yeah, I like that we've got a lot to do. Right. And they're not overly complicated, you know. Obviously, the harder the difficulty I'll say it as, the harder it's going to be. But it's all been so far pretty good. Alright.
C&P Borsted Baked Beans. When you need to eat and run, Borsted Baked Beans is the only one.
If you're here for this week's magazine club meeting, you're a touch late. What do you want, then? My hard-earned wisdom? That's right, dearie. The only independent station in the colony. That's us. Though for how long, I can't say. That all depends on Miss June Lay.
What is it we're asking here?
Gracious. I was just sitting down for tea. I've got a lovely little throw pillow.
Battered Mardet datapad. The old datapad contains incident reports from various Mardet security patrols. Most are details of simple finds and dust-ups between the crews of Wildcats, freighters and corporate haulers. 2 entries have been marked for later review. August 7th, 2344. Responded to a code ID 10T at the Lost Hope. Vera asked us to bounce some back bay rat that got himself soaked in Spectrum Red. Drunken fool got into a scuffle with one of Engineer Tennyson's people. We tossed the Rungle Leech back down to the bays. Also fought us the entire way, telling us we'd be sorry once he controlled the hammer's power. If this is some new Hammersmith marketing stunt, I'm complaining to Sunita. October 25th, 2344. Had another run-in with a Rungle Leech from the Lost Hope. Don't know how the uppity piker crawled out of the back bays without us noticing. Locked himself into the repair bays of docking slip 13 and refused to come out. Kept raving about the weapon's chaotic beauty or some shit while we were trying to talk him out. Had to break off when our shift ended. Hull heads come out eventually. So I think we're looking to buy some kind of weapon, by the looks of things.
A new face. What's your pleasure, stranger? I hear tell some folk down in the townships are getting offered early retirement. Who'd think of such a thing? What would you do with all the time? Nothing you need and everything you want.
All right.
What do you recommend?
Finally, someone turned on the air.
This is Halcyon News. We interrupt your regularly scheduled advertisement for the following story. Concerned citizens often ask why there aren't enough new faces.
Rizzo's mock apple cider. A hard cider for a hard...
Hey, jump.
regularly scheduled advertisement for the following story.
Trying to figure out, guys, is how do we get to this? Groundbreaker weapon. key. I know where it is now, guys.
This is Halcyon News.
Very sneaky fucking area, guys. Just so you know.
Somebody was trying to fix this up, but looks like they ain't been here in a long while. Hello, sweetie. Here they come!
Fuck off. Cretins, man. Okay. Sneaky fucking area, man. Right. Jock weapons R&D department. Science weapons. Science weapons are unique weapons that have strange and powerful effects. Science weapon damage and the strength of their effects both increase as your science skill is increased. Jock engineers ensure our bottom line and fire rates are sky high.
Gosh, ain't that handsome.
Logs. Log 1, Discovery. While rummaging through the back bays, I discovered a very old Hammersmith crate that seemed to have been sealed for a very long time. A bit of elbow grease and determination pried it open, but I couldn't make heads or tails of my discovery, a prototype hammer. I didn't know Hammersmith actually made hammers, but I've brought it to my lab for a closer look. How strangely it glows. The trail of its wake lingers even when my eyes are closed. Log 2, Mystery. I've spent more time on the hammer. Its internal workings are state-of-the-art. Thermal, electrical and chemical systems all working in harmony. How is this even possible? Question mark. The weapon is a breakthrough in circuitry and engineering, and many of its systems appear rigged against tampering. There's a curious energy signature swirling about the weapon, though I have yet to identify the source. The air tastes of copper, and I've lost several teeth. Log 3, Troubles. I've had the most sublime prismatic dreams since I invited the hammer into my bedchamber. Never mind that for now, good news first. The energy signature matches Blondites elusive N-rays, raising the hammer's elemental properties to 4 shock, plasma, corrosion, and radiation. Now for the bad. In my attempt to nurture the self-destruct functionality, I inadvertently caused a small fire. The hammer's manual controls may never function again. Swinging it seems to be the only way of cycling through its elemental modes. Log 4, Annihilation. I've taken the liberty of locking myself in the workshop. My tinkerings were all for naught. There is no prototype. I am simply too flawed to recognise its perfections. The hammer is a lesson, a symbol. It whispers to me that disorder rules all things, but with a little ambition we can harness that power. Only by inflicting chaos upon others can we transmute disorder into harmony, and that is a lesson Halicon is not ready to hear.
This is Halcyon News.
Okay, that's part of that mission done.
Rizzo's Dribbleberry Punch. You want a punch? You got this right here.
Hello. Junlei called up from engineering. Said I should let you buy medical supplies from our stores. Now, is there something I can help you with? A better selection than you'll find on the promenade.
Okay. So we need 10,000 bits, apparently. And we've got 4,000 at the moment. So, what we're going to do is we're going to smash out these side quests. And then come back. All we have to do is fast travel. Fast travel to the wrong area. Okay.
Hey, you got a second? Fancy running into you again. Don't mind me. It's just admiring your ship from up close. Gotta hand it to you, boss. That's a fine-looking ship. Only thing it's missing is me. Yes, I absolutely am. Just give me a shot. That's all I'm asking. I could be the best damn crew you ever hired. Wow. You don't know how long I've been waiting to hear that. Thanks, boss. You're not going to regret this.
You got a crew now, Felix.
Let's open this guy.
Somehow, I always find my way back to the Groundbreaker. Didn't I tell you? I'm secretly the chairman's orphan child, abandoned at birth in the back bays. That's right. Can't get anything past you, boss. Honestly, before you picked me up, I was living in the back bays. Spent my whole life up there, watching ships roll in and take off. Always wondered when my ship would come. I was what folks on the Groundbreaker call a stowaway. Means I was invisible. Life carried on for everybody else, but not for me. I had to make my own way. That's what they called us. Orphans with no family, no company to take us in, nowhere to go but the back bays. The word's a touch kindlier than Rungleech, but the meaning's just as clear. If you can't support your own self, you don't deserve to be on the Groundbreaker. Same way we all do. Look for work and hope somebody would give me a shot. Hauling boxes was about the only work I could find. Hated every second of it. Foreman and I never got on. Could be I was overreacting. A better man might have turned the other cheek. Exercised a little bit of that, what's the word? Restraint? But on the other hand, broadsiding the jackass with a tossball stick, that felt good. That felt real good. You ought to try it. Yeah, I mean, in theory. But I wouldn't have felt half as good. I caught a real lucky break. If you hadn't picked me up, I'd still be back at the docks, waiting for the day my ship arrives. Yeah. I guess my ship did arrive in the end. I've got you to thank for that. Thanks for listening, boss. Let's get going.
Right on, brother. Right on.
Welcome back, Captain. How can I be of assistance? The unit is a cleaning SAM. Hawthorne brought it on board some cycles ago, I'm sure with the intent to modify it, but I've never seen it up and running. Alex likely recorded progress notes detailing his efforts to modify SAM. If you check the terminal in your captain's quarters, we may be able to determine what work remains in order for SAM to properly operate. Yes, Captain. Beginning playback now.
There's viscera and death everywhere. Gunfire, gnashing teeth. The unemployed. For law's sake, if anyone's receiving this, please send help. What? No!
Captain, we are now capable of accessing the Roseway landing pad. Also, corporate protocol requires that all distress signals include a list of key personnel for retrieval. The embedded names are Anton Crane, Vaughn Cortez, and Orson Shaw. Certainly, Captain. What would you like to hear? Now playing a Spacer's Choice advertisement jingle.
It's not the best choice. It's Spacer's Choice.
Everyone in Halcyon is contractually obligated to label this or another board-certified jingle their favorite song. How often do I make jokes about chemistry? Periodically. As you wish, Captain.
That was terrible.
I must comply with all direct orders. I have lots of minutes. Many minutes. Unlimited minutes, perhaps. Providing an adequate power source, I can function indefinitely. I require a captain to pilot the ship. Without an identified captain or crew, I serve no purpose. As you may be aware, Captain Alex Hawthorne was a smuggler of some repute. I failed to predict the likely outcome of his reckless behavioral patterns. I should have predicted that. In our travels together, Alex liked to pass time by, as he called it, tinkering to improve my design. If you mean, was Captain Hawthorne my first? Yes, he was. How can I be of assistance? What part of the colony would you like to discuss? Ah, yes. As Dr. Wells is a wanted outlaw, he built his laboratory into an asteroid. Orbital destinations can be challenging to land on. His more so than most. There is a bounty on his head, one with a markedly high reward amount. Shall I engage the laser weapons system? I shall happily comply with your order, just as soon as we have a laser weapons system. The outlaw scientist known as Dr. Phineas V. Wells has taken a measure of precautions to make the lab undetectable to those hunting him. Even knowing the location, my systems resist my orders to go where I instruct them. Of course. What part of the colony would you like to discuss? We're cleared to dock with the Groundbreaker if that's your desired destination. If we're going there, please be sure all docking forms have been filed in triplicate and fees have been paid. The Mardettes take their docking laws quite seriously. I can, yes. Let me add that to my list of 1,435,498 tasks I am simultaneously executing in order to run our ship. Order does not compute. Nevertheless, I will endeavor to execute my current and future tasks without lip. The Groundbreaker was Halcyon's original colony ship. It has since been repurposed as a service station in the Lagrange point of the system. Freighters often deliver or pick up goods from the Groundbreaker en route to other destinations. The city ship hosts an array of cargo bays, factories, housing sections, and more. Many of Halcyon's companies maintain office spaces with stationed representatives in what is considered a truly neutral territory within the system. I have filed the required docking forms in triplicate, and fees have been paid. How can I be of assistance? What part of the colony would you like to discuss? Where in Terra 2? Edgewater is the sparkling county seat of Emerald Vale, or it was when first built. Since then, neglect and time have worn away her shiny veneer. The town is near the coordinates where Captain Hawthorne died. It would not be unfortunate if something, like say a plague, were to wipe Emerald Vale from the face of the planet. You mean the ones who did not answer my distress call with medical assistance, but instead came to issue my injured captain a parking ticket? I'm sure they are wonderful humans who don't deserve to be wiped out by starvation or a devastating plague.
Sarcasm at its finest.
Since you diverted power to the deserters, the botanical lab is thriving. However, Emerald Vale's cannery shut down, leading to a total collapse of Edgewater's population. Thank you, Captain. Of course. What part of the colony would you like to discuss? Where any crew traveling to Roseway will find themselves unofficially in officially uncharted space. Roseway has been removed from all Halcyon charts, and anything I could tell you, I can't tell you, because it's illegal. Here we go. Due to catastrophic financial losses, Redacted reportedly abandoned the town, shutting down 99.2% of all operations. However, there is an unsubstantiated rumor that Redacted, in actuality, continued to secretly develop Redacted products by experimenting on Redacted, imported from Redacted. How very revealing. Why else do humans do anything? I believe the decision was a result of money squabbles. I wish I could say more, but as I previously stated, it is against Colony Ordinance C59-002Y. Of course. What part of the colony would you like to discuss? Where in Monarch? Monarch, the armpit of the Halcyon system. Her last functioning port town is Stellar Bay. Well, that is if you don't count Sublight's Smuggler's Port in Fallbrook. I believe it has something to do with the planet being an uninhabitable wilderness and a lawless land with no corporate presence. You may wish to survey the residents in Stellar Bay for additional data points. It's Sublight run for the purpose of shipping contraband, and before you ask, I don't know the coordinates, so I can't dock us there.
All right.
Hey, Captain. Can I get your temperature on something real quick? So, Junlei and I have been talking some. Through messages. I got him here on my data pad, and well... she sent me a poem. One she wrote her own self, I'm pretty sure. I don't know if I should read into it. Because poems are all symbolic and such, right? It's not so good. But real sweet. Oh, law. That's what's got me spooked. I don't rightly know. It's about this engine that's been shaking itself apart. Then this lady mechanic comes by and lays one hand on it. The trouble goes away. It sings. I don't want to get too hopeful, but I'm wondering if maybe she's the engine and I'm the lady? It's a real romantic poem. Made my chest hurt, kinda. I don't know where it's leading yet, or if I'm misinterpreting. I'm not much interested in physical stuff. Never have been. Least ways not like other folks seem to be. It's not that I can't, I just don't care for it. It's been a problem in the past. The folk who wanted to be with me back in the Vale, they said I was cold. Thanks, Captain. That makes me feel a touch better. I actually had another message from Junlei. I just couldn't work up the courage to open it. But I'm gonna change that. Right now. Okay, here we go. Let's see here. Talking about old friends, got to thinking... Isabel? Who's Isabel? They were... close, Captain. Like, more than friends close. I don't know. Junlei talked about them like it was past, but how far in the past? 10 years? Last week? Captain, I'm feeling all mixed up right now. Could we maybe head to the Groundbreaker? Get some drinks at that bar there? The Lost Hope? Thanks, Captain. I'll be ready.
Okay.
Touching that is a good way to lose a hand. Moving machinery versus human flesh, metal wins every time. Whoever has been in the shower for the past 40 minutes, I am shutting off the hot water now.
This Roseway business smells. Something tells me things didn't end well for the guy who made the distress call. And whoever or whatever got him will be waiting for us. What's there to know, Captain? Shady corporate town caught up in shady corporate shit. Tough luck for them, but maybe an opportunity for us. If you say so, I'm keeping a finger on the trigger all the same. Anyway, we might as well take a look out there, see if we can get the jump on whoever's waiting for us. Something on your mind?
Bullet-riddled leather jacket. It's quote-unquote distressed. Trauma kit. Scissors for gauze or gauze. Scalpels for wounds and handheld laser wands for a flawless complexion. Mysterious bottle of hooch for disinfecting equipment, probably. In praise of arson, this contraband collection of essays by anonymous anarchists calls for a total destruction of the corporate establishment and the apparatus of oppression. The book looks like it's never been opened. Dissident Hunter Special Edition. Can Agent Khan rescue Auntie Cleo from the clutches of the Weekenders? Question mark. Felix's journal. Figured I should start writing my thoughts down, just in case I ever start losing my mind. Felix. Where is Felix when you need to talk? There he is.
Good to see you, boss.
Please keep arms and legs.
Felix keeps asking me to watch some adventure serial with him. It's not my thing, but he's real sweet about it.
Messages for Lion Clown from J. Tennyson. From Junlei Tennyson to Parvati Holcomb. Subject poem, Parvati. I don't do this ever, so here goes. There's this engine, see, and it hums real nice, like a box of cats playing with mice, but she's caught and hacking up sludge, 'cause there's a blockage that just won't budge. What's an engine to do? Question mark. Then this wrencher strides in like a shark, hair all done up and fancy and dark. She feels like a spasm. She feels a spasm in a compression alternator, trembling 'cause it's aching to meet her. What's an engine to do? Question mark. I've got 5 more stanzas mapped out even, but I'm having trouble rhyming some of the parts, so I'll get back to you on that, JT. Okay. From J. Tennyson to Parvati Holcomb. Subject about that talk we had. We were talking about old friends. You know, I got to thinking about Isabel. I don't know what I was thinking. I don't know what she was thinking. We were a mess, a good mess, but a mess. I'm a better me than I was then. Wanted you to know, even when I drink too much of the old family recipe. You're pretty swell, Party T. Damn you, Insta spell check. Meet my wrench. Too tired, just got to put my head down. And then it's a bunch of complete bullshit. First, Sam result. Experimental note 01695. Do not forget you found a discarded sanitation and maintenance auto-mechanical in Emerald Vale's scrap heap during your last job. It should not be too difficult to get it up and running. With a few key modifications, I can envision a combat-capable variant. Some might say a clean, mean killing machine, question mark. Should be fun, AH. Second, Sam results. Experimental note 01696. Removal of factory standard part SUDS. Steeper was successful. Delivery of combat modified replacement parts. Acid Steeper has been delayed. Progress setback is estimated now to be a solid 3 months. Not like I have more pressing matters to attend to. Ah, but I do. AH. Third, Sam results. Experimental note 01697. I'm giving hope on the delivery. The part is lost in transit and it's not turning up anytime soon. But, good news. I heard from a fellow who knows a gal who knows the broker, who overcharged me for the information regarding the location of an acid steeper I can filch. The part was sent to an old storage facility in Roseway. I sure never thought I'd go back to that pit. Good thing Auntie abandoned it years ago. I'll pick it up following this next pit stop, in brackets back to Emerald Vale. Wells wants me to chaperone some person of interest. Details to come later. AH. Hephaestus Geological Survey Site Archive. Keyword search results. Result number 1 from the site supervisor's personal logs. The captain sold Horace something called the rearranger, then left before we discovered the damn thing doesn't work. Only thing it rearranged is the number of bits on Harris's carts. Looks like some strange tech or a weapon.
Hello, homie. You stream pretty cool and I feel entertained, that's why I followed you. I will love to make friends and be part of your follow.
Yeah, appreciate that, mate. The captain sold Harris something called the rearranger, then left before we discovered the damn thing doesn't work. Only thing it rearranged is the number of bits on Harris's cart. Looks like some strange tech or a weapon. Maybe a scientist can make something of it. Question mark. Result number 2 from the site safety officer's incident report. Doc Caulfield couldn't save Lem. Now I got to arrest Harris for his murder. Confiscated that weapon he used and stored it in Bertie's office for now. Figure the least the site supervisor can do is fill out the forms for whatever that damn thing is. Don't know how I'm gonna detain Harris, not like we got prison cells on this rock. Result number 3 from Barber's coronary inquest. Given name, Lemuel. Family name, Hereford. Employment status, indenture. Contract term, 35 years, 2 months, 16 days, 5 hours, 33 minutes. Approx remaining. Time of deceasement, so you're talking 27 minutes past 6 p.m. hours, approximately. Cause of deceasement. Blunt force trauma, weapon unknown, took a good whack to the noggin. The facial area to be specifical about it. It's all twisted up too, nose is 5 times too big, jaw is shrunk to almost nothing, teeth are all out of kilter, though I suppose that was true pre-deceasement. If the blow itself didn't kill there's no way. If the blow itself didn't kill him, there's no way he could have breathed with all that damage. Okay. So what we're going to do, guys, is we are going to call it a day on this one. Just transfer some more things. Okay, so like I said, guys, we are going to leave it there. Look at that for a view before we go. What is it that we're meant to do?
I like what you've done with the place. Kitschy collectibles are such a human inclination.
No worries. Okay. So, as I said, guys, we are going to leave it on that one. Get this dude to sleep. And then it should automatically save. Okay. My camera is just going to go off for a second, guys, while I save the game or check the game file, so I'm not leaving just yet. Just bear with me a couple seconds. It says save unsuccessful, but that's because we backed out of it. So realistically, right, we are going to it's basically auto saves every time you go to like a new area in the game, or you know, get to say the spaceship or come back at the spaceship, or anytime you go to sleep. So we're just gonna test it out really, more than anything. Again, camera's gonna go off for a second. Okay, so we've literally just loaded the game to where we're at now. So, as you can see, we've got quite a few missions. We've done a decent amount of missions today as well. That obviously got botched because we didn't... we basically... The colony option that we chose, she was part of the other colony. It even says here, all of Edgewater wants you dead, so aiding or visiting the heavily armed constable is no longer the most productive use of your time. Which, I mean, you've seen anyway, guys, we ended up killing all of them. Apart from the civilians, you know, at first, yes, we did kill a couple of civilians because we weren't sure, because they were being classed as enemies. It wasn't like, you know, I thought they would be shooting back or attacking us in some way, but when they ran away and started running away, I thought, yeah, I'm not going to be killing you for the sake of it. And to be honest, I wanted the vicar to be on our side, and half the players, not the players, half the enemies, or you know, the colony that fought me, I wasn't really wanting to fight them. I just wanted to fight the main guy, and obviously the guards. But shit went down, and obviously it happened the way it did in the end. But I mean, we've only got one botched mission, and that's only because I killed the person that gave me the mission. And that's again because they attacked me. But other than that, we've done 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Done 8 missions. We've got 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 to do. And obviously we've only been to 2 areas. You know, we've been to I'm trying to think of the names now.
I like what you've done with the place. Kitschy collectibles are such a human inclination.
Okay, so we've been to Terra 2. Did that colony mission. We ended up saving the botanical labs. Then we've basically been to the majority of the groundbreaker, which is like a giant space station. Done a few missions there, quite a few missions there. Collected the bounty, and we obviously fixed the heating, so that was sorted with that. We have to go back there because we need 10,000 credits for the main mission, or bits they call it. And again, we've got all these areas at the moment. You know, these are obviously locked at the minute until we have a mission where it opens it. But we've got 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 we haven't been to yet. These 2 we haven't fully completed either. You know, we've got missions to go back to with them. So, I'm glad it wasn't just Terra 2. You know, as much as the map was pretty cool, I thought, yeah, I don't really like the fact. I like it to be different each time you go on, you know, fighting a different kind of enemy, and you're going on different kinds of planets, etc. And that's exactly what's happened, so I'm happy about that. Alright guys, hope you've enjoyed it, and I will catch you in the next one.